everyone, I am excited to be back with another picture from this little cute page from Small Victories by Johanna Basford. We've been using metallic pencils and glitter pens and all sorts of fun, bright, colourful things, and today we're going to do this picture, and I'm wondering which set of pencils to use, because I think I used my Brutfuners today. We used those for the first one. Maybe we'll do Brutfuners on this side and Castle on that side. Maybe. So we've got our alien ship, and I'm thinking I'm just going to start with these beams of what I think are light. So I'm going to grab some yellows. Now, I want some yellows that don't look the same. Just trying to get them out. They're quite far away. Here we go. So I'm going to pick these two. You can see one's a slightly browner than the other. So one's actually called Mimosa and the other is the Primrose Yellow. So we use those two. I mean, I did initially look at that and think, oh, it's a rainbow. And I thought, actually, it's not really, is it? So, so we're going to do it like this. So Primrose Yellow to start with. I'm just going to get a piece of paper to lean on because of all the pastel there. And so I'm sort of going to do it stripy. So Primrose Yellow, I'm going to try and put down quite a big heavy layer there and then less here. Now when I say a heavy layer, I'm not pressing heavily, I'm layering up. So I've got lots of layers on top of each other here and less down here. So I'm doing it just as I would with a regular pencil, in that if you put more down it's a bit darker, and I'm trying to not push hard but just layer up, because I don't want to dent the book. I mean, it's lovely paper and it doesn't really dent easily, but still, it's a good habit to get into anyway, because when you do use a book with lower quality paper, you don't want to dent it. Now you could, I'm just looking at this thinking, could leave those as background, as if we've got beams, but I'm not going to do that. That's not how I had decided to do it, and I think it's actually, it might look a bit odd. I don't know. So I'm going to use the Mimosa for the others. I don't think it would look that odd, but I'm just thinking, it depends on what colour you do your background really, whether it look odd. I'm thinking with the glitter pen background, it might look odd. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but it's just where my head's going really. There we go. Now I'm thinking I need to choose what colour background I'm going to do this before I get too involved. What colour is that? Oh, that's silver. I'm actually going to do blue like we did last time. This is sort of bluey purple. So I've decided on that because I need to make sure that I don't colour anything that sort of colour. Now I'm going to grab my Primrose Yellow again, because I'm thinking that bit there, maybe that's the light. So I'm going to do that in the same colour as if the light is coming out of this sort of area, as if that's a big light shining out. I don't know, that might not be how you had seen it, but yeah, that's my thought. Okay, oops. Now we have got the actual ship. I don't know what colour, so we've got blue, so we're not going to try and avoid using blue as we've got a blue background. We could do some shades of purple. We have got a few different shades that we didn't use last time, well, lots of different shades to be honest. I'm going to grab this one. This is called Chive Blossom. Okay, and I'm thinking, is this striped? No. I'm going to do it a little bit darker here, layer it up here, and a bit lighter towards the middle. I'm thinking it's not striped, it's just sort of panels. But you could do it striped if you want. I'm just thinking, because I've done stripes down here, it might look a bit too much. So that's why I thought I'll do it this way, so a bit dark on this edge. I do think this underneath bit would be a bit darker than this bit. So try and just layer that up a little bit more. Not too much, just a little more. Okay. Now I think I might use this for this top part as well. It looks a little bit like a hat. It's very cute. And Johanna's drawn lines on the edges implying that we need to go a little bit more intense down this side, which is what I'm doing anyway, to try and give it a little bit of shape. And then we've got this band. Let's do that in a different colour. What should we use? We've got a very bright one. What's that? Is that one we've used already? Yeah. I'm going to try and use different pencils to ones we've used in the other on the other squares. This is called Bright Violet, so I think that's rather fun. So I'm going to sharpen it. Now again, think about your intensity, more layers here and less in the centre, and hopefully we can give the illusion that it's sort of rounded, this spaceship. It's a bit samey, that colour, but anyway, it's done now. Now the little circle I'm feeling is a window, a porthole almost. Now we could do it with a light coming out, or we could do it grey. I think I'm going to do it grey, because or else we've got this light here, it's going to be a bit too much. So I'm going to use the Belgian block, we have used this one before, and just lightly colour that in like that. Now we've got these two meteors, I'm thinking, and they look the same to me, so I'm thinking I'm going to do them the same colour. Now we've got our blue background. What should we do? We could do... let's go with a few browns. We haven't used any yet. I'm thinking this is actually called dull gold. Can't speak. And so I'm going to use this for the sort of background rocky bit. I'm going to try to make it darker. Oh, I just got a whiff of blending fluid. All of a sudden. And a little bit lighter in the centre. Still trying to go to the edges. Like that. Although it's called dull gold, to me it's more of a brown. Dull. I can't say that word. Struggling. Going to sharpen a little bit. So trying to just layer up on the edges. And a bit less as we go in. Like that. And the dots. I'm thinking we can go with this. It's called Bone Brown, but it's light. Let's give it a sharpen. Go look, Bone Brown. And again thinking this bit on the edge a bit darker. And that bit in there, you can see it's quite a different colour to the other one. The other colour is more, a little bit more orangey, I guess. There we go. And then we've got our stars and dots. Should we do some orange? What should we use? We've got a sun orange here. I fancy doing my stars in this colour. Why not? Okay. Now I've learnt my lesson from the last one. We need sort of a vibrant colour so that it stands out from the background. I think this will definitely. Hopefully it'll match. It doesn't. Does it need to match? Do stars match the sky? Probably. Right, little dots. Want something that's going to be vibrant enough to show up. I'm going to go for a green. I think I'm going to grab this deep teal. Oh, I just need to sharpen it. These are very blunt, most of them. But then who does use their pencils and then sharpen them before putting them away? Perhaps people do. I don't. So all these circles are going to be this deep teal. I'm hoping it'll be different enough to the blue. It may not, but we'll see. Got two chances, as my mum would say. There we go. So now we're going to do our background with this blue. This is the number 736. it's I thought it was darker than the other blue, but it's not. It's lighter. Now the thing with any pen work is to try to start furthest away and then move towards your hand so that you don't smudge it. If I started here and moved that way, I would smudge it. It's probably really obvious, but I have made the mistake, which is why I am telling you. I don't want you to make the mistake as well. And yes, I am, you know, I know some of you watching are more experienced colourists, but some of you aren't. Some of you are newer and you might need some help. And that's what I try and do, even though I'm probably repeating myself or saying obvious things some of the time. Oh, it's such a nice day today. I think it's going to be dry. We've had so much rain, storms, things like that over the weekend. Went out twice, got wet both times. Not really wet, but my hair hates getting wet. Well, it also hates wind, and it was windy today, so it's because it just goes frizzy. Anything too hot, too cold, too windy, too wet, frizz, 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 frizz. So my hair was looking really horrible all weekend. I don't think anyone notices, to be honest. People say to me, "You're obsessed with your hair." No, I'm not really. It's just horrible. Anyway, I'm getting used to it. As a child, I hated the curl in my hair. Now I like the curls in my hair, and I try to emphasize the curl. But when I was a child, perms, like in the 80s, a teenager sort of thing, perms were really in, but naturally curly hair wasn't. But there wasn't much I could do, and you can tell my hair's natural, not permed, I think. I think the thing I can tell from is the very centre of the hairline, very centre of the head, it's usually a bit straight there, whereas mine isn't. Mine's kinked all the way through. And I know a lot of people, "Oh, you're so lucky to have curly hair, you save so much money on perms." It's like, yeah, I guess, but really, I don't know. Now I like it. I think it's a bit more, I don't know. It's and if I put my hair into a position like a tie it up, it does sort of stay there quite well, which is quite useful as well, rather than, I know some people have straight hair which is very fine and it's very difficult to hold even a hairband or something in because it slips out. And my hair did always used to be quite thick. It's gone thin at the moment. I think it's due to hormones and things. But yeah, it used to be very thick, which I know a lot of people were jealous of, whereas I used to not like it. My son hates it. He's got my thick hair, and he really hates it. And it means that when he wears headphones, he gets headphone hair. You know, he likes the headphones. He doesn't like earbuds, earpods, whatever they're called. The ones you just pop in your ear. He likes the ones with the band over your head. And so he flattens his hair. Oh, he gets quite annoyed about that. Oh, just gonna check my messages, make sure my boys haven't been in touch, but they haven't, which is good news. They're in classes this morning. When they get in touch with me when they're in a class, it means they're either bored or stuck or stressed, so the fact they haven't is good. I'm hoping it means they're concentrating, getting on. I know my one son finds his Monday morning class a bit dull, and he knows a lot of it already. So what he does is he does his assignment in the class, and I think that's okay. I don't mind that really. I think at least he's doing something, and he's not just stayed in bed. You know, some kids wouldn't bother turning up. Now with the dots that are in the background here, we could use a white pen to draw them back in and make them stand out from the glitter pen background. I'm not sure if I might do that right at the end if I think it needs it, but I'm going to do some white dots on the outside background, so it might be too much with that as well. So I'm just going to leave it like that at the moment and just see really. I don't think, see our circles, green circles don't stand out that well either. They might be better in white, but I'm just gonna leave it for now and leave it like that. And let's come out and see it in the context of the whole page. Quite hard to see when we zoom right out, I think, but some of them, there we go. Here we go. Oh, you can see my mess of pencils. But that is today's done. It's quite short today, but I enjoyed it. I hope that you did too. I'm excited because we're getting near to finishing and I want to finish the background and make it look a lot better, because at the moment I'm not 100% happy with it, but I know that I can do a few bits and pieces with it and it's going to really improve it, so I'm really excited to do that. But I can't do that until I've finished all the circles, so let's get on. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a really super day. And oh, please like, subscribe, comment. I always forget. Please do all those lovely things. Thank you so much and happy colouring.